Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on Westfield and I'm in the Motherland. Part of the ongoing quest for more silver, and also I decided to stick with the Soviet tanks because this qualifies me for the Soviet in the Tank Bowl. So I've now done the qualification and I can play for the Soviet team in Tank Bowl. I'll probably play the bonus stuff now because it gives me extra silver to build up the silver I need for future grind. So, Motherland, I'm not a good medium player really. I'm generally below average on most medium tanks. In fact, below average to poor really. A lot of my medium tanks, if you look at my statistics online, are will have win rates, particularly at tier 8, at the higher tiers. Well, tier 8 and above, they tend to have win rates of less than 50% and frequently have kill to death ratios and damage caused when receiving less than 1. And this is true with Motherland. I'm not that good with the Motherland. I've quite a few games in it, and however I think the recent games that I've had over the last week anyway have been a bit better. Generally I've been a bit above average on with these tanks. Win 8 of around 1300 to 1400 or thereabouts. A win 8 rather. So I've decided to go to the northwestern side of Westfield with this tank. I think it's a good brawling tank. It's actually pretty decent up close, as long as you can avoid getting shot at too many times and you use the mobility, the armour and the gun. Gun is best at short or medium ranges, and if you go down the southern side you tend to get involved in long range fights with tank destroyers and medium tanks, and also view range becomes very important, and this thing doesn't have a great view range, nor do I have a proper medium tank crew in it. The crews that I have in these tanks, these tier 8 Soviet premium tanks, are, well, they're not medium tank crews, they're crews that I've taken out of heavy tanks or tank destroyers for the most part, and that I'm basically training up. Now they're pretty skilled crews, or they're reasonably skilled crews in some cases, but I haven't been using, like I said, a good medium tank crew. So I have found a spot here where I'm reasonably safe in terms of I can peek out. I can control this section of the battlefield, but I need to take care, so to speak, that nobody comes up behind me. I have to keep an eye on these tanks behind me here. If one of them rushes past and the tanks, my allied tanks that are further back, still have targets in front of them, the tendency is that they tend to shoot the guy in front of them and ignore the guy that they can't see. Whereas the guy that can't see would be in the little low piece of low ground beside myself, and therefore I'd be sort of one-on-one with a heavy tank. Now, you can beat a heavy tank one-on-one with a Motherland, but you'll tend to be very heavily punished for doing it, and you'll finish up with very few hit points. Now, the CDC is coming after me here, and if I poke out to get a shot on him, the Panzer 58 Mutz is in a position then to shoot me. However, he's now tracked, so I'm going to have an opportunity here to get rid of him, and to do so with exposing very little of my tank. By just shooting through the grass here, I'm showing very little of my tank to the Mutz, and so far he's missed with most of his shots. And since he fired there again and missed, I can actually afford to stick a little bit more of the tank out so that I can get a clean shot through the tracks to take him out rather than risking bouncing one off the turret. Now I can push forward a little bit more and engage the CDC more aggressively. I still need to keep an eye on what's going on with the heavy tanks on my right, and I need to be careful in case that CDC has allies either in the low ground there that he's operating out of, or if I stick out here, I mean, there's possibility of tank destroyers along the edge of the valley, the main valley, and I mightn't be able to see them because they'd be at the edge of my view range, and their camera flash could be quite good, so they could be in a position to shoot at me as well. I can't pull out either on this side because of the heavy tanks again on my right. Fortunately for me, the CDC actually came around to my side and brought the fight to me, which gave me an advantage. Now the Emil has come out, but I'm far enough back and I'm able to clear my tracks. Now I did take damage there, I didn't clear my tracks quickly enough. Now I go in fairly aggressively after the Emil here because I reckon he's out of ammo and he's reloading, and I've got an opportunity to put a couple of rounds into him before he reloads. What I didn't notice, and I got over focused at this point, was that triangle coming up behind me, the tank destroyer. There's the gun barrel. I was completely unaware that that was an enemy tank at this point in time, and I was unlucky there that I didn't actually kill the Emil. So my first realization was when I pulled the camera back there out of looking at the Emil, and I saw the gun barrel of the Borsig sticking into the side of my tank. Not a lot I could do at that stage. However, that lack of concentration, that lack of paying attention, probably cost me another 2 damaging ribbons. Don't know if I'd have beaten the Borsig even if I was aware of it was there. But there was a chance that I would have bounced a shot, and he was well, relatively easy to kill because he's not a very well armoured tank. In fact, he wasn't going to win that particular fight, but I think he was just trying to do as much damage as he could rather than really trying to win the game. So you need to keep eyes in the back of your head in this game, really. So second class mastery, almost 3k damage, and we came first by experience. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't already done so, please consider giving the channel a subscription, and I will catch you all again soon. Bye.